What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining. This is going to be video 4 of my little cruise series. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're tuning in for the first time, a couple clips we're going to throw. We did Coco Bay, the perfect day at Coco Bay. We did a cruise tour of Harmony of the Seas, and then just a fun video of me and my little sister going through there. So if you haven't checked those out, they're going to be linked below. But for now, I'm just going to do a quick video about questions that people had asked about cruising in general, from first timers to people that had cruised for a while. I've gathered a bunch of different information and some kind of helpful things that you just might not know. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am going to be using my notes because I can't remember anything. So the first thing is cost. Everybody's always wondering about cost. How do you get stuff for cheaper? Well, just with every travel, it always has to do with your dates. Do flexible dates. Do dates that are not, popular. If you're going to go on popular dates, you do know that it's going to be more expensive. So keep your dates flexible. Also keep your locations flexible. There's tons of locations when it comes to cruising. Let me backtrack for a second. I've done 80 to 90 days total cruising in the last 2 years, and they've primarily been on Norwegian and Royal Caribbean. One thing that a lot of people say is, I hate cruising or I love cruising. Like, there's very opposite ends of the spectrum, and people ask me, hey, well, I like cruising. I have no idea, but it's all in how you make it. There's so many different type of cruise packages. There's so many type of destinations. There's so many different types of groups. You got family cruises. You got single cruises. You got all-inclusive gay cruises. I mean, you've got all different types of cruises. So you really got to find what you want. And then some people are like, I hate this cruise line, or I don't like this cruise line. I like it. It's really based on locations and the actual ship. So do your homework with your ships and your locations, and that's going to really help you narrow down whether you're going to like cruising or not like cruising. So that was the first thing. Prices. Keep your dates flexible. You can get stuff for, just a few $100s, up to, what I really want to do, Antarctica, it's like $10,000. If you pound that subscribe button, it's going to help me kind of get there. But yeah, the prices. Also, what's included? So most of your cruises, they're going to include food, and they're going to include beverages. When it's going to be coffee, water, and teas for them, and juices in the morning, which kind of loops into the next thing. Somebody asked me, should I buy packages? Well, your packages you're going to get like a deluxe drink package, which is going to be like sodas and shakes, and then you got your booze packages. They're extremely expensive. The earlier you buy them, the cheaper it is. If you do plan on drinking, get the package, because the drinks on board are like $20, and just get the package. I don't really drink, but most of the packages are, you can get 1 to 2 an hour. So I'm not saying to do this, but if you and your friend are going to be drinking, maybe you go get a drink and then you go get a drink for your friend an hour later. I don't know. We got a drink package for my little sister because she loves sodas and shakes. So that was worth it for her, so she could have her sodas and everything. Food-wise, all the ships have plenty of dining options. I think they're quite lovely. You've got your main dining, you got your buffets. Royal Caribbean versus Norwegian, again, each of them have their pluses and minuses. I think the food was just a tad bit better on Royal Caribbean, but I did like that Norwegian had a lot more 24-hour options compared to the other one. So other than that, that kind of does the food stuff. All right, so we're back. I had to do a little swappy public place. Had some people come in there. Didn't know if you're going to be able to hear me, but we're back. Okay. I don't even know where we left off, but I'm just going to keep going on the list. So, we're talking about food and stuff. There are specialty dinings that you can do. I never do any of those because, like I said, I love the food. This is how it is. It's included. I'm also kind of cheap. Hashtag baller on a budget. So yeah, food to me is pretty good and it's free. So let's see, discounts. There are sometimes you can find nurse or healthcare discounts, military discounts. A lot of times if you go on the website or call directly, you can find the discounts. Also, something I found out is if you're a stockholder for some of these cruise lines, usually it's like a minimum of 100 shares, you can actually get sometimes some cruises or onboard credit by being a stockholder. So you might want to check that out if you own any stocks in any of these cruises. Next we have towels. Somebody asked me about towels. The ship does provide towels also in your room, but also on deck. Now, when you leave to port, if you're going to like Coco Cay, they include towels. But if you're going to do your own excursions, you might want to go ahead and pack a towel. I'm going to link below some of my cruise items we're going to go over in a second, but the Turkish towel does not hold sand, and so I do like the Turkish towel. Let's go ahead and jump into excursions. That's basically up to you. There's plenty of excursion options. You can book them directly through the cruise company, or if you go on different types like getyourguide.com, which I'll link below, you can actually find some tour excursions that are a little bit cheaper, and they actually work with your cruise times. But be sure that when you do book these cruise excursions, that you get the right time for when your cruise is going to get to port and when your cruise is going to leave. You don't want to, go on an excursion that's an 8-hour excursion, but have, only 6 hours at port. So do your homework on that. Some people just go ahead and book the excursion through the tour, through the cruise company because it's a little bit easier. Big question, clothing. Everybody packs too much, okay? You're gonna need swimwear, loungewear, and then a formal, if you like to dress up, you can do formal because sometimes they have formal nights as you want. My mom packed like 3 gigantic suitcases. She had like 18 outfits for every single hour of every day. You do not need to do that. She will even agree. You don't need to pack as much. You're going to be lounging around. You're going to be by the pool and doing stuff like that. Now, what I would look into is a lot of the cruises have themed nights. So I want to do this next time is they have different themes. So people would dress up like the theme, like a carnival night or like a old ballroom night and stuff like that. So look into that. That could be a lot of fun if you're into that kind of stuff. And then take goofy, funny pictures. It did look like a lot of fun. Another big question that people ask, oh, I get seasick, okay? Very few people I saw get seasick ever. I think a lot of that's in your head, but there are a couple of things. You always have Dramamine, and you also have these little tabs, these little stickers that go behind your ear that some people would wear the whole cruise, and they said it helped with their seasickness. I'm going to link that below too. You can try those out, but a lot of people did not get seasick on any of the cruises that I went on. Only 1 or 2 days, and then that also ties into where should you book your room, like on the boat. Some people say the back, some people say the front, some people say high, some people say low. Try to get in the middle. Just try to get in the middle if you can. That's just going to be your best bet from if you think you're going to be afraid of being seasick. That everybody tells me is the middle. I get wherever I can get the cheapest. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go. A couple more questions. Oh, most of these cruise companies have apps to download and that you're able to talk to other people on the cruise or in your party because you won't have cell phone service on the cruise. Wi-Fi is very limited. It is extra usually and it's not the best. So the app allows you to talk to, like if you're with your family and they're on the cruise boat, you can download into their internal Wi-Fi. It also has like shows, itineraries, everything. Go ahead and just download the app. You're going to need it. We already went over the packages, Wi-Fi, cash. You can use your credit card on the boat. It's tied into your room key. But on your excursions, and when you go to the port, sometimes it's better to have cash because some of the places don't take credit card. And if you're going to bargain, you can bargain a lot better with cash. Also, tips are usually now included or they're added on automatically into your whatever you buy. But if you want to spend a little bit of extra money, if somebody really went out of their way, like we had one guy went really out of his way with my little sister on our last thing, we gave him some extra cash and he was extremely thankful. So always pack a little bit of cash. Most cruises, you're going to need a passport. I get asked that all the time. You just need a passport. Come on, guys. If you want to travel, just get the dang passport. Short excursions, and then again, a good attitude, and it's going to go a long way. Do a little bit of homework. There's plenty of YouTube videos with specific cruise lines, cruise ships, and actually cruise ports. Spend 30 minutes and look at these videos and see, because like I said, if you like really ultra luxury, guess what? Carnival's not going to be for you. All right, actually don't do Carnival at all. It's awful. It's just awful. But if you want to do, family friendly, Royal Caribbean is very family friendly. They have a lot of family friendly activities like kids fly cruise free, things of that nature. So just do your homework. No cruise line and no ship is the same. They're all very different in their own little way. I'm going to run through a little bit of, real quick, the items that you might not think that you need. Again, this is going to be linked below in my Amazon thing. A dry bag. Dry bag is awesome just for traveling. A fanny pack that's like the thin body style one. I actually have that because I got robbed and I was like, I need to have that. It actually can go under your clothes. It's very thin. You could put like just a little bit of money and cash in there. Water shoes, but not your cheap water shoes. I like the ones with the 5 toes personally, because I can actually go trekking in those and then go in the water. Magnets, because the doors are, a lot of the walls in there are metal, and so you can put the magnets on there for hooks, and you can hang towels, hats, stuff like that, help with storage. Chair clips, it's usually really windy, so you want to put chair clips on your thing to keep your towel from blowing away. Mask and fins, sometimes they charge you to rent those, so I have that link below. I like the Cressy name brand. Sunscreen, obviously. Let's see. Oh, cruise card holder lanyard is another good thing. All this again is going to be linked below. A power strip. There's not that many outlets in your rooms, and motion sickness stuff. So yeah, I'm going to link all that below. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it to your friends. I hope it gave you a little bit of info on, helping you decide your next cruise vacation. Be sure to check out my other videos, like going to Puerto Rico for under $500, all kinds of stuff I'm coming out with, and get out there. Thanks, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.